Hello Scorpio, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Souls 1111. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay Scorpio, what's going down with your person? What can you expect in the next 2 weeks? This is a read for the November the 16th through to the 31st. But all my readings are timeless. So if you've stumbled upon this and it's not those dates, just trust that you found it at the right time for you. So what are the current energies with your person, Scorpio? We're also going to look at how they're thinking and feeling, what their intentions are, and more importantly, what action they're going to take and what the guidance is for you moving forward. So let's have a look, see here. What's happening in your connection? Six of Cups in reverse. The Tower, I'm hearing inner child wounds. Queen of Cups, so there's a lot of water energy here for you, Scorpio. Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles in reverse. Wow, the Two of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Pentacles. This is a very intense lineup. I feel like you've been triggered pretty hard, Scorpio. There's been a fear of rejection. I don't know if there's been a literal rejection, but this fear of rejection, which is deeply rooted in these inner child wounds, something that's happened to you in childhood, has triggered this fear of abandonment or loss or rejection. This has been a real Tower moment for you, and I feel like you're actually moving towards union energies with this Two of Cups, but you've had this Tower moment. And you may have been quite surprised though by this. You may have thought, oh my God, how have I found myself back here again, just as things are getting really good and they're kind of heating up. We've got the Queen of Cups here clarified by the Hangman, and I feel like, you know, this is Cancerian energy. As I said, there's a tremendous amount of water energy here. But I feel like you're just taking a moment's respite to think things through. You're on an inner quest. This is a time of peace and renewal. This is a time of bringing yourself back into balance, of you know, developing a greater level of insight, of focusing on what decisions you need to make to move forward. So I do feel there's a lot of very mature emotional energy for you here. You're aware that you've been triggered and you're working through this in a really mature, compassionate and really quite peaceful way. Which, let's face it, is quite unusual for Scorpio. So if you found your way to this point, you should give yourself a pat on the back, because I feel like you're doing really good. But something's happened that's triggered you, and I feel like it's a perceived threat. No one's actually rejected you, but that's how you've perceived it, and it's created this Tower moment. Now, it seems like with this Two of Cups energy, your person's actually being quite patient and understanding, and union could be, you know, on the cards for you. You're just taking that time. You're taking some time to adjust your perspective and to work on your own wounds. I like this. This is powerful energy, Scorpio. So how's your person thinking or feeling about you? We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. We've got the Nine of Wands. We've got the Two of Swords in reverse. And we've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So I feel like they're feeling that they need to be honest and authentic. And do you know what? I feel this is what's triggered you. You've called them out on something. You've caught them being dishonest. And it was perhaps not as bad as it truly looked, but because they weren't honest from the upstart, it's kind of looked worse than it actually was. You know, it's degraded trust. It's forced you to question their integrity. But they're not giving up on you. You know, with this Nine of Wands here, they are ready to persevere. This is a card of endurance and power, and they're releasing indecision. But I do feel like, you know, this has put a bit of a dampener on things for them. They're not sure what action to take now. They definitely know that they've upset you and that they've thrown a spanner in the works. Let's see what their intentions are. We've got the Page of Swords, the Star, the Magician. This is really lovely. And the Nine of Cups. So I do feel like they're going to communicate with you. And I don't feel like it's from a very mature place, if I'm really honest. I feel like they're kind of walking on eggshells. So this is their intentions, okay? We're going to look at their actions in a minute, because intentions can be very different from actions. But I feel like their intentions is to communicate, to kind of explore this. I think they want to give you time for space, peace and healing. They're hoping that they can restore your faith and optimism in them. And they're quite determined with the Magician energy here to make this right. and they know that they've got to work on themselves. You know, they need to bring themselves into greater emotional balance. I feel like the reason they weren't authentic with you was because they were triggered. You know, in the past, being authentic may not have been safe for them in previous relationships. So you've got to look at things from both perspectives here, because I do feel like this person is pretty determined to show you that this can be okay, but they're very apprehensive. They're not quite sure how to communicate that about that. So what actions are they actually going to take? 8 of Wands reversed, King of Swords, Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Fool. So this is quite powerful. Honestly, I don't think they're going to do anything fast. I think they know they need to give you space right now. But with the King of Swords, this is all about logic and justice. And I feel like when they do come forward to speak to you, you know, they're going to be trying to clear their name and trying to explain this truthfully in a very mature way. It might not be bringing forward the emotion that you need, Scorpio. And I do feel like there's a lot of air energy in your person. So that's Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And that might be frustrating for a Scorpio person who feels very, very deeply and feels so intensely. But I do feel like they might not be coming forward with all of that emotional kind of understanding, but certainly they're going to be wanting to clear their name and approaching it from, you know, a much more mature perspective than what they had planned. But this isn't, I feel like this person can swing with the Knight of Feathers in reverse here, Knight of Swords. I feel like they've got a short temper, and I feel like if you don't hear them out, that they can quickly get a bit cold and bitter. So just remember, I feel like they were triggered because they've not, you know, they don't know how to be authentic. That wasn't safe for them, I feel, in their past. So, I mean, with the Fool in reverse, I feel like they're not going to be leaning too much pressure on you to make a decision or to actually do anything. They just want to clear their name, so to speak, and clarify what's happened. So that's what I see happening for you. Let's get some cards for your own guidance, Scorpio. What can you expect moving forward? Sorry, not what can you expect. What's the guidance for you moving forward? What do you need to bear in mind? Okay, let's have a look. Prosperity, protection, and bravery. So I feel like you've been quite brave already. You've definitely responded from a really mature place. You need to remember that this connection is divinely guided and protected, but this card can sometimes mean that there's been some interference, some third-party interference that you need to be mindful of. Now is definitely a time to focus on you and work, and this is going to help you you know, bring yourself into a place of balance and joy again. So we've got ambition and prosperity here. So you're obviously a very driven person. I feel like, you know, your career, your work life, or whatever project it is you're working on that's engaging you is a really good way to help settle your emotions. Sometimes, I'm not saying we should ignore our emotions, but Scorpios have intense emotions, and we can, I say we, I'm not Scorpio, but there can be a tendency to dwell, and you're being asked not to do that, to stand firm, to be brave, focus on what makes you happy, which I feel for you is getting involved in this project, and stay hopeful. You know, this connection is going to work out for you. At the moment, I feel like you just need to be friendly with this person. Try not to be hostile, okay? Try and allow them the time and space to explain themselves, because I really do feel like, you know, it's going to take them a lot of courage to come forward, and, you know, you need to focus on your own inspired action and focus on your own projects and happiness. There's no hurry here. And I feel like they know that as well. There's new beginnings coming for you. So you just need to focus on you right now is what I'm hearing. Remember who you are. That's coming through very strongly. Remember who you are and what you're capable of. Serenity. You know how to bring yourself back to a place of balance and peace because you've been there before. And try and be compassionate. Not just for your person, but for yourself. Give yourself lots of love. Don't beat yourself up. And the answer for you is always in your spirituality and your connection to source. You know, that you need to reignite your passion in that. And don't let your pride get in the way of some reconciliation or resolution here. You want to aspire for this to be resolved in a calm and peaceful way. I know you've got that sting in the tail and you can get angry, but it doesn't serve you to do that. Okay, I really hope that helps. I'll see you again for the next love forecast in 2 weeks, the beginning of December. But if you'd like to book a private reading with me in the meantime, you can do that at happysouls1111.com. You can also check me out on Instagram, happysouls1111. I do mini reads over there. And I look forward to seeing you next time, Scorpio. Thanks for joining me. Bye.